Welcome to Worth It, a YouTube series where I talk about a game that I recently finished and let you know if it's worth your time or not by the end. Today's subject, Stellar Blade. Before I start, I just want to say this is a fun game, a really fun game. But there are negative points about this game, and I want to get into those before we get to the good stuff. So let's start off by talking about the story. I would argue that this would be the weakest point of Stellar Blade due to how generic it is. A short summary would basically be, you play as Eve, a super soldier sent out by Mother Sphere, a godlike aspect of this game worshipped by the people in this world, and you are here to eliminate the race of monsters called the Nativas. As you progress through the game, you will meet more characters, some more important than others, but the less important characters do have side quests that you can complete, which would then help you learn more about them and how their life is in this world, and in a way help you get more immersed into the world of Stellar Blade. I think it has no effect on the story, so you really can just skip it if you would like to. I personally did every one of them because I have OCD and I cannot see a mission incomplete tab on my mission tab. That's all I'm going to talk about via the story here, because I don't want to spoil too much if you guys decide to get the game yourself. So let's just get into the gameplay. The gameplay here is the best part of this game and why it sells. Well, apart from other assets. But the combat is fun, really fun. People would mistake this for a Souls-like when first looking at it. There's a parry system, and there's a dodging system, and also a healing system, just like every Souls-like game there is. But you don't get punished for losing at all. There's no soul system where you would drop all your currency or resources when you die. You would just spawn near the nearest camp and run straight back to where you were. So, not a Souls-like at all. There's even a second life system to a third life system as you upgrade your character. So this is more of a action brawler type of game, in my opinion. Combat starts out very simple. There is a basic attack and a strong attack. If you continuously click the basic attack, you will get a string of combos that automatically happens. Same with the strong one as well. As you upgrade your character using skill points, you will be unlocking more advanced combos where you have to mix and match the strong and basic attack. These combos will be very flashy and cinematic, so you will have a lot of fun executing them. There's also a special move system where you can build up beta energy, to which you can consume 2 of in order to execute those special moves. There's only 4 of those special moves, but they're all you need. There's one that breaks shields, one staggers an enemy while doing a hefty amount of damage, one that's specialized for range, and one that does AoE damage, or area of effect damage. As you upgrade those moves in the skill tree, more of the effects of said moves will be applied. Beta energy is essentially the mana equivalent to other games. However, there is also another mana system as well. This other energy is called burst energy, and it comes much later in the game. This energy type is used to extend the counter and also the parrying system. It also have its own specialized 4 set of moves. They're not that much different from the beta skills, so I'm not going to spoil it for you. Now, as I said before, they can be used to extend a move after you counter or dodge. So let's talk about dodging and countering. I said before, this game is technically not a Souls-like, but the dodging system is very similar to other Souls-like games. If you don't want to take damage, the safest way would be to spam the dodge button to inch away from the enemy. Now, if you want to be rewarded while being on the defensive, you will try to execute either a perfect parry or a perfect dodge. As you can guess, that's basically dodging or blocking at the exact moment the enemy's attack will land. If you perfect dodge, you will be building more burst energy. If you perfect parry, you will be building more beta energy. After you have done either, you can either hold the basic attack button or hold the strong attack button to execute a counter attack. This is where the burst energy system built on. After you have executed the counter attack, you can press the strong attack alongside the dodge button to execute another move that will consume 3 burst energy. These moves are incredibly flashy, even way more than the burst or beta skills alone. Speaking of flashy, we must talk about Blink and Repulse. These are dodging systems that have a color coordination to them. It's a very simple mechanic, but has a lot of value if you incorporate it correctly. There are certain moves from the enemy which you are not able to parry. The enemy typically flashes yellow before they execute those moves, so you know you have to perfect dodge these. Blink is a mechanic where the enemy flashes blue, and in result, Eve's blade will also flash blue at a certain time. When the sword flashes blue, you must hold forward and press the dodge button in order to teleport behind the enemy. This will allow you to do some damage while also being in a position to do more combos. Repulse has a flashing purple. When you successfully activate that, you will knock the enemy out of that attack and also expose a weak point in which you can use your ranged combat on. Speaking of ranged combat, there are no shortage of that either. After you have passed a certain point in the game, a character will help you modify the drone that has been following you since the beginning of the game to attach onto Eve to become a gun. This weapon has a variety of different types as well. You have your standard rifle mode, a shotgun mode, rockets, even a goddamn laser beam. There's one more mechanic that could be talked about as well, but I'm not going to due to it being a major spoiler in the story. That pretty much wrap up the combat system of this game. Now let's talk about the world you will be playing in. As I said before, Eve's goal is to get rid of the race of monsters called the Nativus. That essentially means you're in this post-apocalyptic world filled with these monsters. The areas where you are mostly playing in are set pieces. What that essentially means is you go from point A to point B, fighting a boss at the end, while fighting a lot of the mini creatures along the way. You'll be gathering resources, material, databanks to learn more about this world, and what's most important, outfits for Eve. And let me tell you, there are a lot of outfits for Eve. These set pieces take around 2 to 3 hours to complete if you want to explore everything and gather all the secrets from them. You will be revisiting them later on as well if you want to complete all these side quests. Other than set piece areas, there is a hub area for you to progress through the story and to collect side missions from. And finally, the open world areas. These areas take a while to complete. If you have ever played a open world game, like GTA for example, Ghost of Tsushima, Assassin's Creed, basically a smaller version of those games. You run around a big open map to fight enemies, do side missions, unlock secrets, activating waypoints, etc. These areas are fun to explore in. The only problem I have with them is that you can't just teleport to a waypoint if you're in the middle of nowhere. You must find a phone booth, and sometimes that means straight running for around 2 to 3 minutes. It's not the biggest deal in the world. This is just a pet peeve of mine since I wanted to complete all side missions. I just wish they could have added more phone booths in between, or even a vehicle to help you travel faster. The sequel is announced for Stellar Blade, so if they do more of these areas in the future game, I really wish there will be a system to improve traveling. Things that they don't need to improve on but will be appreciated would be the enemy types. There are a lot of varieties of enemies in this game. You have your small but fast, big but slow, enemies that can do both, bosses that are really easy, bosses that are really hard. I can't show you all of them, but just know there is a very good amount of bosses here and you will not be bored. If you ever wish there was a boss rush game mode in any of the action games you have ever played, you won't be disappointed with this one. From the menu of the game, there is a mode called Boss Challenges. Once you click in there, you can fight any boss that you have already been through in the main story. You don't need to travel back to them, make save points, none of that. You just gotta click on the boss and bam, you're in the fight. Hopefully a lot of game developers take note of this and add it to their games. Wink wink, Ryuga Gotoku Studio. If you ever make a Judgment 3, please add it. I wanted it so bad in Lost Judgment, but it was never a feature, even though it was so fun fighting the bosses. The music adds a lot to this game as well. It really fits the whole vibe of everything. In certain situations where you feel sad and depressed because something happened in the story, the music will add on to it. Same goes with the opposite as well. Now for the other reasons a lot of people have bought this game. The outfits. This game knows exactly what it's doing. It has more outfits than abilities you are able to use. It might have more outfits than main characters in the game. And all these outfits look stunning. I'm not even sure if I'm able to show you every single one of them because of how crazy they are. There is even an option to take off the outfit to wear a quote-unquote skin suit that makes the game more difficult if you would need it to be. And if the amount of outfits are not satisfying to your liking, there are mods to add more into the game. Of course, for reasons you already know, I cannot show you these mod outfits. Feel free to search it up, but just be warned, do not do it with people next to you or in public. In conclusion, do I think this game is worth it? 100%. If you enjoy a good action RPG, this game is perfect for you. If you're a gooner, it's perfect for you too. I didn't even mention the free Nikke DLC and the Nier Automata DLC with this game as well. Completely free, by the way. Those two DLC contains their own side campaign, their own side bosses, and even more outfits for you to use. If this video helped you figure out if it was worth it or not to you, please let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe for more. Now until the next worth it, I'll see you later. Have a good one.